Greetings. Happy Thanksgiving. Most of our holidays are based either on myths, like flying reindeer and elves and stuff, or Easter bunnies, or they're connected to, spiritual experiences in the world. Sometimes they commemorate the ends of wars. 4th of July, I guess, is celebration of, But they get wound up into these funny little stories, actually, eventually, that are good for kids, Thanksgiving is no different. Thanksgiving is this cute little story, about some starving pilgrims and a bunch of Native Americans who hadn't realized how much trouble the white man was going to be if they fed them. It's kind of like feral cats coming to the door. Once you feed them, man, you can't get rid of them people, I have that experience with my cat. But, yeah, it's... even though the story, is probably kind of fake, frankly, doesn't matter. The whole idea of giving thanks, I think, is an excellent one. It's an excellent idea. You can't really find thanks by going into the world and looking for it. There's only one way you can get it. It has to come from inside. It's a feeling of gratitude for what we have. And truly, I think prior to having gratitude, there's a few steps in this process. One of them is achieving some happiness. Because why should you be grateful for nothing but misery, right? Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So you have to find some happiness before you can really, truly feel thankful, I think. And then if you got enough happiness, then you want to share it with everybody, and you go out there and you start giving it out, But happiness, again, which is, I think, the root cause of thankfulness, is another thing that you can't buy. You can't find it. You can't go out on Black Friday and take it off Walmart shelves. It just doesn't happen. Happiness has to come up from the soul, from your thoughts. It's part of your intellect. You believe you are happy. Yeah, it's a state of mind. And of course, the mind is, and the brain especially, which is connected with the mind, that's controlled by chemicals. And so when a person's depressed and anxious and unhappy, you really get one set of chemical formations going on, and the destruction of serotonin and so on. It oxidizes on you. Or if you're happy, well, you get a whole other set going. I actually will watch YouTube once a day, every day, for at least about 45 minutes or so, half an hour, watching, videos of dogs doing silly things, funny cats, people doing dumb stuff, or amusing things. Maybe 1 in 20 of those videos gives me a chuckle. And maybe 1 in 100, I actually get a belly laugh. Sometimes I carry it out of the room and say, and you gotta see this one. And I do it intentionally, and it doesn't really matter how silly the videos might be. It doesn't have to be an intellectual process, trust me, even though it affects your mind. Just anything that makes you laugh. You get secretions of chemicals that support your state of mind. Yeah, happiness feeds on itself, and so does anger, and so does depression, and so on. I can only speak for life here, really, in the United States. And of course, Thanksgiving is our holiday, although I'm willing to share it with anybody out there. But, Thanksgiving is an American invention here. And, I don't like to step out of my sphere because, yeah, I'm pretty happy with my life. I'm thankful for being here. I'm really glad that I was born, actually, in this state of affairs and whatever you want to call it. Can't recall any other part of history I might have ever lived in, if you believe in reincarnation at the moment, but this will do just fine the way it is. There's some great opportunities and things here. I find myself quite thankful. I really do. I think the nation has treated me very well. Of course, I'm white. That doesn't hurt. I guess that's helped as far as my state of mind here. It's an advantage. On the other hand, truly, this is true. If you grow up in places where everyone is white, being white doesn't matter. Trust me. In my case, a lot of times it didn't matter. That's aside. No complaints. I don't know, about a lot of people today really seem to be extremely unhappy with almost everything. I actually find it very, very, very sad. It saddens me because it seems to me if you look at the world through dark glasses and say everything's wrong and it's bad, it's reality. There you are. That's life. That's your life. On the other hand, if you take a brighter attitude about things and try to encourage some positive feelings about and happiness, things will look more that way. I'm called naive by people a lot of times because I have a generally cheerful state of mind. Well, trust me, I've been around long enough that my naive state is lost in time, somewhere back around 2 or 3 years old. Past that, living through a good part of the 20th century, half of it, and now the 21st, I got all the naivete pretty much whipped out of me. The reason I smile most of the time is that even if the end of the world's coming tomorrow, why should I sit around and feel miserable about it? The moment is now. We're living in this space right now, and my state of mind is actually the one I have at this moment is the one I will have tomorrow, the one I probably had yesterday, and so forth. And so, I want to live in pain, agony, and anguish, then just cuss the world for treating you so bad. It's just kind of, I think, what I see. I think I see that. I see a lot of finger pointing all over the place. Fingers. Well, own worst enemy. Yeah, I'm the worst guy. In my life, nobody is worse than Bill. I mean, you can walk up and blow a hole in my head, don't matter. I've had to live with my state of mind for the last 70 years. I am my own worst enemy. So, it's just it's a good exercise. Knowing as folks get older that muscles tend to deteriorate, mine have, most of my life, been very good. I've been quite strong, and now I'm seeing the loss, and so I exercise with weights. Every day I get up and I work out, curls, leg lifts, the whole 9 yards. Go through a whole routine, and it's to strengthen up things, to reinforce, so I don't lose what I once had. You have to exercise happiness. You have to exercise contentment. And so I'm sitting here grinning like an idiot because the other alternative was I could feel miserable and I could be spewing vile garbage out there and complaining about everything and how bad it is here and the world's gonna end tomorrow. I mean, I could be like that. Nothing around me will change. Nothing coming up at me, is going to be any different. Only thing that'll be different is me. And so the way I approach what's coming, the way I approach what's happening, is all about the way I see it. Your reality is very much your state of mind, really. I can't think of the author at the moment, but he's English, and one of his quotes that was that heaven and hell ride the bus together on the way to work every morning, possibly sitting side by side in the same bench. And that's for real. That's so real. Yeah, you can make life a hell on earth for yourself just by the way you look at it. So being thankful is a darn good exercise, frankly. I think it is. I have so much to be thankful for. So much. And if you don't feel thankful, well, try working on the happy thing. I recommend dumb pet videos on YouTube. Yeah, depending on your taste. Sometimes I want to watch a guy play with fireworks, or whatever. It depends on the day as far as what makes me laugh. But you got to get a good laugh going. And truth is, most of what we see around us most of the time is pretty damn ridiculous. People believe the strangest things. And because our world is pretty much nothing but belief, it's sort of like little bubbles floating around out there, Anyway, folks, happy Thanksgiving. Hang loose. Aloha.